Hi, my name is Joe Cichurio. Welcome to GL Sports Chat. It is our privilege today to have the girls varsity softball coach here today, Jerry Britt. We're going to talk a little bit about the softball program here at Governor Livingston and the successes that it has had in the past. But before we get into that, I want to speak a little bit about Mr. Britt over here. I've known Mr. Britt for about over 20 years now. And I consider him one of the most versatile coaches here at Governor Livingston. He's in a phys ed program here at GL, but he has coached many sports here on the varsity level. He's been quite successful, and you generally don't get too many coaches on a high school level that have been as successful as Jerry has been over the course of his reign here at Governor Livingston. Jerry, you've coached how many varsity sports?
Well, in boys' sports, basketball and golf, and in girls, tennis and softball.
You know, it's interesting. I think when I first came here, the basketball program was quite successful, and you were the head coach at the time, and I was fortunate enough to be under you as a freshman coach. But Gary Bland was probably, would you consider him one of your best basketball players that you've had here?
Yes, Gary probably set the tone for the success we had in the 80s. He was a 6'6" forward who went on to captain William and Mary. He led the Union County in scoring. Total was 635 points. Was a third team All-State, all groups, and first team Group 2.
You know, the success of the basketball program, especially with Gary, and now we reflect on three of your ball players over here. Introduce them, please.
Well, to my right is Jen Calabrese, Jr. To her right, Gina Tutoriello, a senior pitcher, and first baseman Heather Kantorek, also a senior. And these three girls were all-county first team last year. Gina was selected as the top player in Union County.
Wow. You know, when you talk about softball, you had a good week this week. I know on Monday you defeated Union, a very, very powerful club, #1 in Union County, right, girls? Gina, did you pitch that game? Mm-hmm. What was it like?
We were all up going into it. We all knew we had to get our heads into it because the previous day they got first seed in the county tournament, so
right.
We wanted to.
How did you specifically prepare for that game? Because you know you've got to go in there, you've got to throw. You're playing the top team in Union County, and how do you mentally prepare for something like that?
You just have to be confident, knowing that I have good defense behind me, and just do it. I know we can.
How does the battery work here, pitcher, catcher? Do you talk before the game about the game at all? Do you have any type of idea how you're going to pitch to any of the players at all before you go out on the mound?
We usually know who the better players are, and we try to watch out for the better hitters because we know we have to pitch them differently than the people that aren't as strong.
What do you consider your best pitch?
Probably my changeup is probably the most useful.
The changeup is deadly, especially with a pitch, good batter up there looking for the heat. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, who calls the fastball, the changeup? Do you? Does the catcher do?
Yeah, I call.
Do you do?
Yeah.
Do you ever shake anything off?
Yeah.
So you two have to communicate with each other in order to be able to find out what kind of a pitch you're going to be throwing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Heather, you're first baseman. Now, do you have to pay attention to the calls that are being made in the sense of guarding the line? You don't want a ball to get past you, right?
Yeah, well, if I notice like if the girl's hitting a lot of foul balls towards my way, I'll move closer to like the line so that I can't get in. She won't get in by me. And with Gina, when I notice that the changeup is going to happen, I usually back up more because if she does get a hold of it, it could be like a hard hit. So.
How much communication do you have at first base with the other fielders in regards to a player might be stealing? Do you see any signs that a player might be trying to take second on you?
We try looking at the coaches and trying to see if maybe they'll bunt or if they will steal. I try letting the fielders know. Like I'll tell them to watch out and you better be like covering your base. And I also tell the outfielders how many outs there are, so that they know when they get the ball where to go and where to throw to. So I have a lot of communication with the fielders.
Now, Jenny, you're behind the plate, and everyone's in front of you. Do you pretty much run the defense in regards to positioning infielders or outfielders, or does the coach generally make that call?
Well, with the infield, like, I tell them when there's outs too, so that they know.
Right.
I tell them where they should look to, like which base they're probably going to be throwing to if they can, and if they're stealing, I'll warn them to watch out for that.
What about the bunt? I know in softball the bunt can be a strategic play in the game. Now, Jenny, are you the one who pretty much calls for that or looks for it or reminds players about the bunt?
I remind them because usually a lot of the smaller, quicker girls are the ones who bunt, and so we usually know, and usually the better bunters, there's people in softball, it's real important, so a lot of people are known for their bunting and running ability, and so the third baseman and the first baseman usually run up and field it, but I'll tell them where to throw it so they don't get confused.
Now, Heather, on the bunt, you're coming in, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, how does it feel? I mean, you're coming in, and how does it feel facing a batter and the pitch is coming in, and you know a ball can be hit to you directly, you know? It must be.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary, but I don't have to worry that much because the third baseman has it the hardest. But it is a little bit scary running out there. But most of the time you just hope that they actually do bunt and not try slapping it.
Right.
Yeah.
Coach, how do you prepare for something like this? Now, here you're playing Union. Here it's a big game on Monday, and crucial to both clubs. Now, how do you prepare for a game like this in regards to your team?
Well, the girls really know some of the players from having played in summer leagues or fall leagues against some of the better players that they would have. Also, we were fortunate in this week's game that Coach Iacano, who does a great job as a varsity assistant, had scouted Union in a tournament, and so he had quite a line on the hitters and fielders for them.
Let me ask you, when you get a scouting report, let's say if Mr. Iacano gives you a scouting report, do you prepare the team for that, or you just keep a mental note of things that are going to be happening? Sometimes you don't want to get into too much of the mental aspect with the club. You know what I mean? There are things that you might know, but you don't want them to get involved with as much. Or do you share that information with the team?
Well, sometimes you're able to do that, but in this case, the game was on Saturday, so he really hadn't seen them to just before, prior to the game, and he went over with both Jenny and Gina how to pitch to certain batters and then how to position the fielders. But because in that particular case, it was just a matter of prior to that game.
I don't want to say anything, but you played my alma mater yesterday, Galway. And how did you feel about that game? It was a nice victory.
Well, it's hard coming off a game like Union, and then we have to, we pretty much have to be up for every game. But we had defeated them pretty handedly earlier at their field, so I don't think we played with the same intensity that we did Monday. But we won in 10-0 in 5 innings.
Sometimes when you come off a big game, the day after can be the most scariest aspect of it because you hope that you're still playing high in regards to you've won a big game on Monday, but now you come against Galway. And that could be a letdown day, and you don't want that to happen. Have a team like that come out the next day and beat you when you won a major game the day before. Ladies, a little bit about your history now in regards to when did you start playing softball?
I think we all started playing around 3rd grade, probably, in recreation, I guess.
Did you?
Yeah, I agree.
Because the intensity in girls softball it's quite high. I mean, there are many girls out there now who are intense in regards to preparing for their high school, maybe even their college careers. Did any of you go to camps when you were younger? Jenny?
I tried it a couple of times, but I didn't like the atmosphere that much, and I had more fun just playing with the people that I'd been playing with.
So team ball rather than camp?
Yeah. And when we were little, I'd always play wiffle ball and stuff. So. play with kids in the neighborhood and stuff.
Yeah, it was stickball with us when we were younger. We used to play a stickball.
I would just like to say, this program really came on in 1997. Actually, those girls had played a couple years, and that was a start. Some of the sisters and players that they did play with eventually were coming up, and like they said, they started in the 3rd grade. But that team that won the first, won the Mount St. Dominic tournament that year, and also the Union County tournament. And they still talk about how powerful that team was. I mean, we had great bats and could really put runs on the board. And Gina's sister, Felicia, pitched probably one of the most outstanding tournaments at that time. She pitched 4 shutouts and allowed 3 runs, or 3 hits in the tournament. Not allowed a run in 4 games. So that was quite a feat. But that really got the thing started, and I didn't know if we'd ever have a team like that again. But to my surprise, these girls have come along, and last year we won the county again with most of these players. We've lost 4 top players, but we've been able to fill in pretty well. And right now the freshman team here is undefeated, and the JVs have lost 1 game and are seeded number 1 in the JV county tournament. So it looks good, but that team in '97 really set the table for what was to come.
Gina, how long have you been pitching?
Probably since, I started pitching in 3rd grade, but not pitching like windmill.
Right.
I probably started taking lessons in 6th grade or 5th grade maybe.
And how long did it take you to develop when you really felt comfortable in what you were doing on the mound?
Probably around 7th grade. I wasn't obviously as strong or whatever I am now, but I don't know, I started throwing more accurately and consistently 7th and 8th grade.
And when did you start working on your off-speed pitch? Because that's probably one of the crucial pitches in softball.
Yeah, probably around the same time. It hasn't really been as big as an asset up until probably my high school sophomore year maybe.
Can I ask you, the idea of pitching, having private lessons versus going to camp and getting camp lessons, is there an advantage one over the other?
I haven't really gone to many pitching camps. Gone to camps just all around in softball, but I probably would have to say private lessons are more effective because it's just one-on-one. Every week you get help with it.
Heather, first base. Was that your position from the beginning, or did you play other positions while you were playing softball as you were coming to high school?
Well, like in 3rd and 4th grade, I think I played 3rd base, but since 5th grade, I've been playing first base.
So you're used to the corners.
Yeah.
You like that position?
Yeah, I do.
So you're able to, like we said before, you're communicating with the fielders as well, but you're hitting, for instance. Have you gone to camps to work on hitting and bunting, etc.?
No, I haven't really gone to camps.
So would you generally go to a ballpark, for instance, type of atmosphere to practice your hitting?
Yeah, I do it more individually than maybe.
When do you start that? Now your season's, spring is coming, it's early March. Do you prepare ahead of time to get yourself ready for the team?
Well, we play in a fall ball league.
Mm-hmm.
We play with our town, we play in a league with that, so that kind of helps it. And also during the winter, we go to the batting cages a lot and work out with hitting and working on our swings and stuff. So we prepare pretty much all year round, I would say, for the spring season.
How do you prepare yourself for the pitch? What I'm saying is between knowing that, a fastball's coming in, whether to come inside on you or there's going to be a changeup, Do you mentally prepare for that? Do you guess what the pitch is going to be, or you just go with the pitch?
I pretty much go with the pitch, but if if I'm fouling it off a lot, I know I'm going to get a change up, so then I kind of know that it's going to come. But other than that, I just go with the pitch. I don't really-
Ladies, innings over, you come off the field, any conversation at all in regards to what you've done on the field or batters that you had to face or so on and so forth? Do any talking in the dugout in regards to the team you're playing and what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong? Any communication at all?
Well, I know that if there's been if certain girl or certain player has gone up and hit, and it's been like their second time hitting, and they keep doing the same thing, then we know we have to change something on them. Either go inside or give them more off-speed pitches just to throw them off.
Is there, if an opponent comes up, their batting stance, do you tend to pick up things that they might be doing wrong, leaning in too much, maybe they're close to the plate at all? Do you tend to pick that up, or does Gina do that?
Well, I like to throw inside on people that do that because they have to back off. And if a girl's turned a lot towards me, then I know that if we pitch her inside, that she's probably going to have less of a chance of getting that off because she won't be able to turn on it. But it also depends because some of the better hitters, no matter what, they're going to hit it. So you just have to play it as it comes, kind of.
What about stealing? Now, do you look for, are there certain signs that you might see in regards to a runner on first base or second base that might tell you that they're going to make the break, they're going to steal?
Well, like with bunting, the girls that bunt and are quick runners, usually they're the ones that steal a lot and get big leads, and so I just try to keep them on and keep them honest. I like to throw it at first, try to get behind them. So
Is there a signal between, Heather, is there a signal between the three of you at all in regards to throwing to first base?
well, sometimes if I
Don't give the signal.
No, I don't. We don't
Right,
use signal
right.
really. But sometimes if I do think that the runner is taking a big lead, I'll just like me and Jenny will kind of communicate with each other to do it. But other than that, she usually just throws it down, and I have to be there to catch it. So.
Right,
Isn't that really?
right. Gina, most successful game that you've had this season that you felt you really achieved, you felt was your best kind of game? Any game this season that you might have picked out?
I'd probably say Union this past Monday. I don't know. I just felt that everyone was in the zone, you could say.
In the zone.
Yeah.
Everyone was on target.
Yeah.
Everyone was mentally and physically prepared to go out there and play the game. Jenny, what about you?
yeah, I thought Union was a real good game, and everyone was in it, and everyone was cheering, and the intensity was good. And I thought that, like, the whole game, I never felt like we were going to lose. Like, I knew that they were out of it, and that if we just kept that up, we could stay on top.
Heather?
I have to agree with that. I
Union
think that
again.
Union was our best game.
Can I ask you this question? You go out on the field, do fans bother you at all? Can fans, you hear them on the sidelines and might be saying something to you or even trying to cheer you on too much, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get a little nervous when fans are a little bit rambunctious out there trying to, yelling for you to do the best, so on and so forth. Does it bother you at all?
I think the only thing that bothers me is not when our fans cheer, but a little bit if we're playing a big rival and the other fans are a little rowdy. Gets on my nerves a little bit, but you have to block it out.
Yeah, some of the parents are bad. They try to be the umpires.
I know umpiring is a difficult scenario, and you have to really almost like look at an umpire. Gina, do you pay attention to the umpire at all in regards to inside, outside calls? Do you have to adjust your pitching style to an umpire's way he or she's going to call the game?
Yeah, every umpire has a different strike zone. Some of them don't even have strike zones, but you just have to go with what they're calling.
And Jenny, I gather you get upset.
Yeah, some of them. There's
No names now, no names, but okay.
There's certain ones, and when you see them, you just know they're not going to give you any help at all, and they'll probably make things worse for you.
But on the opposite spectrum, there are umpires out there that when they start calling in regards to a good game, it makes both of you feel a little bit more comfortable in regards to the strike zone, which is very, 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 very important. Heather, Hitting-wise again, I want to get back to this. Do you choke up on the bat at all?
Oh, no, I don't. I don't choke up.
What size bat do you use?
It's a 32-inch.
32?
Yeah. Well, it depends, like, on the pitcher, too. Like, if, let's say, it is a fast pitcher, then you have a tendency to choke up to get around on it, but normally we don't really face, like, that fast a pitcher, so I usually don't choke up on it.
Coach, practices. I know initially in March you've got to get everyone prepared and screen and look and see who's going to be coming up and who's going to be on the varsity. How do you work practices during the course of a season? You start in early March and now here we are in May, early May. Do your practices change at all?
Well, we started practice March 8th, and fortunately this year we were able to get out. The weather was such that we could, I guess we had 1 week that we were out on the field every day. We work on a lot of fundamentals and things of that type once we get the team set, but we practice every day. The girls, aside from Sundays, and that may happen even if we have an important game on Monday, but the practices, as I say, we have, these three girls are the 3, 4, and 5 hitters on the team, and so we don't really have to work with them a lot about on their hitting. We expect them to hit, and I can't say enough about them as far as Jenny. She's been with us for 3 years. She's offensively, defensively, has a great arm. I know you asked her, about people stealing, and everyone respects her arm. They know not to run. She threw a runner out yesterday, and sometimes it isn't her fault if they do steal because it's at the other end. But she's done a great job. Gina, of course, for 3 years now, she's been the standout on the mound, replacing her sister Felicia. And Gina did pitch some as a freshman. And Heather's got great feet around first base. She's the best fielding first baseman that you'll see, not only in this area but probably in the state. And she can hit the ball with some pop.
Girls, Gina, you're the captain? One of the captains on the team?
Oh, yeah. Me and Jenny.
Yeah, both of you are. You're senior.
Mm-hmm.
Heather, you're a senior. Another 3 or 4 months, it'll be college. Any idea of playing college ball at all?
I haven't made a decision yet, but I may play for Mary Washington College. It's a Division III, so it's not like a outstanding school for softball, but I may do it. I'm not sure yet.
Still thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Gina?
I'm playing tennis in college.
Oh, listen to this. You're a tennis player. So we haven't even gone into that sport in regards to how you play tennis. I gather you enjoy it and you like it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have a junior here, and you're going to have the responsibility next year of pulling the team together. How does that make you feel?
Well, I know that we're losing a lot of people that I've been playing with for a long time, but I also know that there's a lot of good, talented people coming up, so.
So as a junior, there are expectations that you would have of the players coming up for next year's varsity squad.
Yeah, to a point, I think that they're good players that are coming up, and they should be able to fill in the spots.
Ladies, real quick, any of you follow professional ball?
Softball?
Baseball, softball? Any favorite teams?
I'm a Mets fan.
You're a Mets fan. Okay, ladies, do you any
I really don't have like a
general interest?
Yeah.
Coach, listen, I want to thank you very much for allowing us to speak to these 3 young ladies today. I want to wish the seniors the best. Graduation is another month and a half, and I hope that you're successful in college, concentrate on your grades. You've had a tremendous run here at Governor Livingston. Coach, congratulations on your success over the years, and continue that success into the state and county tournament. We wish you the best on that. Ladies, again, Go get them. Okay? Thank you very much for watching us today. This is Joe Cicerio. I want to thank you for this time. Until next. Thank you.